Hello everyone. Today, while sitting at my workbench and looking around at my usual items, I noticed the temperature gauge in the corner completely stopped. The room felt normal, but the needle wasn't moving at all, like it had taken a long vacation. Instead of ignoring it, I decided to try fixing it. This is a great chance to share the process step by step, clearly and simply, so anyone can follow along without worry. Alright, let's get started, slow and steady, one step at a time. The first thing, and probably what most of you are thinking, is check the battery. That's usually the main reason a small temperature gauge stops moving. So, our first step is to remove the round battery inside. Do it gently to avoid scratches or dropping it. Then replace it with 2 fresh round batteries to see if the gauge wakes up. This is the easiest way to check whether the issue is just the battery, and anyone can do it. Remember to go slowly so you don't damage the device. Luckily, the problem was just the old batteries running out. But don't get me wrong, this isn't about simply putting in new ones. In this video, I'll show you how to revive a round battery in an emergency. I know some of you might be doubtful, so to keep everything transparent, I'll measure these 2 drained round batteries right here. That way you can clearly see the result for yourself. Nothing staged, nothing prepared in advance. Once you see the reading, the condition of the battery speaks for itself. When measuring the first battery, the voltmeter screen showed nothing at all, completely dead. No worries, now let's test the second battery and see how it's doing. So I've cleared up any doubts. These direct measurements clearly show that nothing was staged or prepared in advance. Everything is transparent and you can trust the process. First, I'll use 1000 grit sandpaper to gently sand the 2 terminals of the battery. This helps clean the metal surface, removing rust or oxidation, so the battery can make better contact with the device. Work slowly and gently to avoid damaging the casing or removing too much metal. This step is key for giving the battery a chance to wake up temporarily. Next, I'll prepare a small amount of hot water. Don't question it too much. It may seem unrelated, but this is an important step. The warmth helps stimulate the battery internally, allowing the electrolyte to move more freely and temporarily improving performance. Be gentle, don't use too much water, just enough to warm the battery. It's a small trick, but effective, especially for batteries that haven't been used in a long time. You probably have a jar of salt in your kitchen. Now we'll mix a diluted saltwater solution. I'm not strict about the exact ratio, just enough salt to give the water a light taste is fine. Why is salt water important in this step? When a battery has been drained for a long time, the metal terminals and internal electrolyte can become oxidized or dry, making it hard for current to flow. A diluted salt solution helps create temporary conductivity on the battery surface, allowing electricity to move and stimulating the chemical reactions inside the battery. In other words, it's a way to temporarily wake up the battery, enough to get it working for measuring voltage or using briefly. Not a permanent fix, but enough for testing. The key is to be gentle, just lightly dip or wipe, avoiding excess salt that could corrode the battery casing. It's a small trick, but very effective, especially in emergency situations when fresh batteries aren't available. After about a minute of soaking, we'll remove the battery and give it a final cleaning. This step is important to remove any leftover salt solution, preventing metal corrosion or damage when reinstalling the battery. Use a soft cloth or cotton swab to gently wipe the terminals, making sure they're clean and dry before testing. Work slowly and carefully, giving the battery the best chance to function. To make the cleaning more effective, I'll use a bit of WD-40 multipurpose oil on the battery terminals. This helps remove any remaining residue, clean the metal surface and prevent further oxidation. Use it sparingly on a soft cloth or cotton swab, avoiding contact with the inside of the battery. It's a small but very useful step to ensure the battery makes good contact and functions temporarily. Before reinstalling the two batteries in their original positions, I'll check them with a voltmeter. This ensures the batteries are temporarily revived and capable of supplying current, preventing the device from remaining non-functional after reinstallation. The measurement results are actually quite good. Since the first battery showed this, the second one behaves similarly. Looking at the meter, you can immediately see that the battery is temporarily revived, enough for the gauge to work again. This shows that the method really works, and you can easily do the same at home in an emergency without rushing to buy new batteries. It's a small trick, but very valuable, especially when you need the device working immediately and don't have a backup. Alright, now I'll reinstall the two round batteries in their original positions. Make sure to place the correct polarity carefully and securely to ensure good contact with the device. So the outdoor temperature gauge has now received power from the two old round batteries, and the needle starts moving, reflecting the actual temperature once again. It's satisfying to see a device that seemed useless come back to life, with just a few simple steps and a little patience. I hope this small trick helps you confidently handle minor device issues, without rushing to buy new batteries or replacements. As I always say, sometimes a bit of observation, experimentation, and patience is enough to bring things back to life. Enjoy the results, and remember that every small device on your desk or around the house can be an opportunity to learn, experiment, and have fun with DIY.